Good morning, Sean from Cross RC. So, second video of the week seems kind of strange, especially since my editing software has decided to fly the coop and I'm having to use YouTube, so hopefully this turns out okay. After doing the video last week showing you the new upgrades, the brass and aluminum pieces for the AT4, I had a comment asking about the solid axle kit for the Cross AT4, and that's actually not a bad idea. I didn't think it was necessary because it doesn't seem to me that many people were interested in it. We've sold one or two, but didn't really seem like there was a lot of interest. However, it is kind of a neat concept because if you want a more scale truck, you do the solid straight axle versus the portal axle. I'll get my words out here eventually. Anyway, so this is the straight axle conversion kit for the Cross RC. They come as you see. Now they also do come with new hexes, so you'll at least get something else in the package besides just these. You do use all your original hardware, and unlike the axial kit that a lot of you are probably more familiar with, or have seen at least, you do use the stock shocks. You're not required to change the shocks out to a different length shock because of the straight axle versus the portal. You can use the stock shocks, and of course this also helps to lower the center of gravity for the truck because it's dropping the pumpkin and the axle housing itself down a little bit. So this is the rear, and they do come with the cable installed for the diff lock. And again, the front, same thing, cables installed, CVDs are installed, everything's ready basically just to be bolted in. Attach your steering link, attach your 4 links, your shocks, drive shafts, and you're good to go. Also was communicating with Cross RC this past week. He's doing a build, and I was kind of hopefully helping him. I'm not sure. And he brought up a really good point. In these ready-to-run vehicles, especially, and anything like this that you get that's pre-assembled from Cross or any manufacturer, it's a really good idea to pull the diff covers off, especially on prefabricated axles. Pull the diff covers off and make sure there's lots of grease in these things, not only for waterproof purposes, but to actually make sure the gears are lubricated before you run it for any extended length of time. So pull those off, grease everything up, make sure it's ready to run and good to go. These, unlike the old Demon axles, I don't think you have to shim the diff, because, well, here, the thing is, unlike everybody else's diff locks, these are a spring to lock. And this will come in just a second, because I'm doing this is a kind of a two-part video, and I'm preemptively going to tell you about something else that is new on the website. But these are a spring to lock, which means there is a spring in here pushing the lock mechanism closed and locking the servo, or locking the differential. What the servo does when you actually operate it is it unlocks the servo, or the differential, by pulling the shift fork away. So if you remove the cable, again preemptively showing you something, it will lock the differential completely with no option for unlocking. So with that in mind, I'm going to move these way over here out of the way and bring in this. Now this is the other Sean's AT4, because he decided he wanted to do this upgrade. I haven't decided to do it yet, but you will notice he's also got some aftermarket accessories on here. Again, I told you the axial bumpers fit on here now beautifully. So this is normally where the differential lock servo sits. We have installed the Cross RC single axle differential locking kit on here, and it relocates via a new battery tray your diff lock servo underneath the battery tray, and then gives you some new hardware pieces along with this little bracket here to locate the cable and the pull on the inside. And as you can see, I can pull on this, and if I let it just loose, right now you can see it's locked, but if I pull on it, now it's unlocked. Again, spring to lock differential. Kind of a neat setup. But this kit is also on the website. Again, like I said, it comes with a battery tray, comes with the servo mounts, comes with this aluminum bracket, comes with some other small hardware pieces. I did find when I installed this, because the other Sean asked me to, that the cable they give you is way too short to run from the front differential up to the actual servo arm here to do the unlocking mechanism. So what I ended up doing is using one of the factory original cables that came with the truck, mounting it onto the servo arm through the aluminum bracket, running it down to the axle, and then estimating about where I wanted the inner cable length to be, cutting that, and then taking off another maybe 5 to 6 millimeters of sheath in order to get the cable to actually go through the housing, because the sheathing stops right here and the cable actually goes inside to the shift fork. But this is the single differential locking kit from Cross RC. Again, it's on the website. Look under the upgrades page. Kind of a neat idea. The only thing, because again, Sean put all the brass on his, and he's got different shocks on it now too. You can put the screw back in that the shift fork rides in, but there is no plug for the cable hole to keep any sort of debris or water out. So right now it's just plugged with grease. He's going to take it home, clean it out, and actually tin it or solder the hole shut. Because right now, without the cable in it, as you can see, it's locked. It is a locked differential, spring to lock. So when you look at the pictures on the website of the AT4 with all the brass hop-ups on it, this is the truck you're looking at, because I don't have this. But I wanted to show you the single differential locking kit, kind of give you an idea how it installs, because I've had a couple guys in the store ask how it installs. We had no idea, because unfortunately it doesn't come with instructions, and it wasn't complicated to figure out. Once other Sean figured out that the servo attaches to the tray, I literally looked at the aluminum bracket and went, oh, those two holes are about the same distance apart as the servo mount, and this hole on this side is smaller than this hole on this side. I'll bet the cable goes through that. And that was literally it. So there you have it. Single differential lock kit. In theory, you could run this to the rear and make it a single differential lock kit. I don't know that most people would. Having it on the front makes more sense, because for downhill, steep downhill declines, and for turning, you want the front to be unlocked. But it's kind of a neat idea. I don't think you can run this with both cables hooked up. I don't think the rear one would be long enough to run all the way around the battery tray and come in here if you want to unlock both. Maybe if you ran the front to the rear, and then, no, that wouldn't work. Anyway, here we have it. Single differential lock kit. Any questions? Leave them in the comments below. Call the store. I'm not always there, but I'm more than willing to help. So, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.